I guess I can just edit the deck. That's probably the fastest way. We still have all this stuff. What we don't have is we have 3 Thoughtseize, 3 Duress. We only have 1 Pass and Flames main deck. 1 Dark Petition, 1 Ad Nauseam. 4 Misty. No Bloodstain Mire. Yeah, I don't think that was a very representative game. We didn't actually draw any card from our sideboard that game. So, like, I feel that regardless of what build we were playing, that right there would have happened, which is unfortunate. All right, Island Swamp. Thanks for saying bye, by the way, for sticking it out. 1 Chrome Mox. Oh no. Something just tried to update. There we go. All right, 3 days, 1 Chrome Mox. Now, sideboard is where we gotta get a little ham here. 3 Abrupt Decay, 2 Tendrils. I'm playing it empty over the Dark Petition. 2 Carpet Flowers. I don't think we're supposed to play Carpet against Delver. It could be wrong. It's almost never been a winning proposition to just boarding green cards against Delver in general when you don't like necessarily need to decay something. Yeah, Dread Horde definitely destroyed us there. This hand is great. Right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 Cabal Therapy in the sideboard. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, while I update Cardboard Live. Oh, opponent's so nice. Hello, good luck. I wonder if I get chaliced here, or if they're just a nice person. Cool, they're just a nice person. Alright, let's open up the sideboard and take a peek. Oh right, the 4th Daze, 2 Flusters. Preordain. Right, well, I'm gonna cast Duress on 1. 2 Fluster. 1 Daze. 1 Bayou. Do I have that yet? I don't. Submit. Alright, I think that's 60, 15. We got 14 in the board. I'm missing the board Past in Flames, obviously. Alright. $57 main deck? What am I doing? What is wrong here? Alright. Let's figure that out in a second. Alright, so it's a little awkward with these lands. This configuration has Bayou in the board because of the Daze factor. I don't think because I saw Preordain, if this was a Ponder, Preordain Daze. Alright. So if this was a Ponder, or just land go, I would probably Preordain. But this implies either, the Preordain implies most likely either Miracles or Sneak and Show or Storm. Which is why I felt Duress would be the more impactful play. And here we got punished with Daze. Daze into Wasteland, sure. That's actually not the worst here. Now I will lead with drop, because now we know they're a Delver deck. Alright. What am I missing from this CBL overlay? Edit deck. Do I not have the Dazes in here? I do have the 3 Dazes. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to go drop Preordain here. I don't think I actually want this island. I'm looking for a black source most of all. And rituals will not be a bottleneck because we have Cabal Red LED. Four Polluted Delta, 4 Misty. Is anyone able to tell me on the overlay what I'm missing if you happen to see it? Would really appreciate it. Oh, there just wasn't a space there. Is that 60? Wonderful. Alright, cool. Let's go back to this. Modadonk 5, however that's pronounced, thank you. I'm going to play the Volk here before I ponder. I probably should have pondered off the Volk, so if they hit us, they hit here. That's pretty good. Chrome Mox, not so much. Delta, definitely. Alright. We haven't gotten to see how this works yet. I imagine the fair blue matchups aren't what they're for. But it'd be nice to see some game 1 action. Is this blue-red? Is this blue-red?
So as soon as it stops
Is this a mono blue nonsense? What do you guys think? Yeah, I know, right? Right, Mike? To be fair, it is a playable Magic card. And if any deck can play it, it's definitely the one that has 3 main deck days.
It wasn't meant to be a joke.
Speaking of which, I might actually keep it here. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put this Cabal Ritual back because I've got so much mana here. And this is the easier one to resolve. And I feel resolving my mana is gonna be more important. They could stifle me here. That would explain this weird ass fetch. I'm just still gonna fetch. Cool. Definitely getting basic swamp. If they pierce this Preordain, that's fine. Cool. Let's just keep chaining them. Whenever you're not against pressure, it's a really good idea in general. Just keep chaining them. And I'm assuming I'm not going to die against a Wasteland Daze double island deck. This could also be blue-white, like the Stoneblade Miracle Hybrid. Oh, this is probably like mono blue Delver and they're playing a true name. Yeah. So all I'm looking for here is discard. If I wanted to get feisty, I could Dark Ritual first. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm just going to allow them to untap, because if I find all my stuff like that... I'll take this land. Thoughtseize first. I know I can't win here, I just would rather do it before they untap. There's not really anything scary they can do. If, for say, they had a Brainstorm, no Force, I'd be very inclined to take it now. Take the Force. Alright, so I probably only have to beat one spell here. So I know this Ponder's safe to resolve, so I'm going to go ahead and resolve it here. I'm probably going to shuffle... Ooh, never mind. Chrome Mox, Ponder, Underground. Wait, are they dead? They're dead. Wait, they're dead now. Cool, they're dead. Let's kill them. 4, 5, 6, 7 Tutor Tendrils. There is... Okay, so this is another reason to sequence how I did, even though I didn't see it at first. Alright, so guys, this is mono blue Delver, right? Like 3 islands. There's nothing else this could be. We suck. Nah. We just missed something. Deck is hard. It's nice when you can always learn. Okay, is Carpet good against the only island? It's still probably not good enough. Because Delver always only has islands. They're probably on more lands than average, but I don't think I want it. So we have a... Am I even boarding in the Bayou? Like, I feel like... So when I boarded a Bayou with Delver, I always boarded in against Delver just for another land. And I think I'm actually going to do that here. So this comes out. I guess this comes out. They probably play like Graph Digger's Cage though, because they're mono blue. I don't know. If I see it, I'll reboard. Or I'll just ignore it. What do you guys think of this? No, wait. What was I saying before? I was cutting a tutor and an LED. Because I'm boarding in 4 action spells, so I can board out 2. Maybe I board out 3. I don't know, what do you guys think? I feel like maybe LED is still strong enough. So the thing with this boarding right here is we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to utilize LED, other than playing for Flusterstorm. I feel like I probably, if I'm cutting tutors, I'm cutting LEDs as well. So I should like keep these in this ratio. I'm going to do that for that. This feels fine. Yeah, why not? Sure. They're probably a Stifle deck, which means this might feel really, really bad. Deal. Oh. Hi, Windows. Oh. We got a command for this if you don't know. Alright, take 2. Feel free, this is the list. My favorite part of this list is that sometimes not only do names, obviously names are going to get lost in translation, like Lion of the Pupil of the Diamond and Darkness of the Vow, but I like how in the main deck we have Tentacles of Anguish, but in the sideboard it's Affliction Tentacle. We've got 4 Foggy Rainforests to fetch our Snowy Island, Legacy Staple, Swirling Knowledge, Obsessive Compulsive, interesting. Flower Carpet, simple. Flower Carpet. This is what Grape Shot should be called, Bloodstorm. Yeah. Alright, Moto. Let's see if we can function. I'm gonna flip off while I log in real quick. Alright, we're back. With this wonderful client that we call Magic Online. Sweet. Hopefully I don't need to go off readjusting stuff again. I'm just gonna wait because I don't want to crash it. Alright, cool. We crashed with a Delver on the stack turn 1. This card is too strong for Moto. Ban it. Cool. Alright. We're back. This is kind of an awkward hand here. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna go Misty Pass here. Opponent is now the one deep in the tank. Sipulu Kapulu. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Sure. I'm going to infer that this deck plays Stifle, but I'm not going to fetch around it because I need to clear off my Brainstorm here. The question is this another Delver or a Cage? They are red. What? They just fetched triple island game one? Interesting. Alright, whatever you say. Let's make sure, of course it boarded properly because we did the thing. We crashed after we were sick. Do I even play this Trop now? I feel I'm supposed to, because I'm going to want more than 3 lands in play at some point. And the upside on this not getting wasted is pretty good. Mova Domp 5. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Sweet. More lands. Alright, let's do some cleaning up here. We're a little short on mana right now. They only have 5 cards. I feel I can pretty safely put one of these Duresses back. And probably the Petal here. I could argue for one of these action spells. However, if I find mana, this is more mana. I don't want to put Past in Flames back. This is effectively Alliance Eye Diamond. So I'm going to resolve it like that. Now that I've seen this, I'm not going to play around Stifle. Because also, if they don't Wasteland me, I'm probably just getting an Underground Sea here. I don't know, maybe that's not true. Because I want to get... Okay, they are Wastelanding me. Shakura, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. It's a little unfortunate we've played against Fair Blue twice now, so we've had to board out the Daze package. But... man, if there's ever a time to get paired against Chalice as Storm, it would be with this configuration. So we're down to 4. Is this an Arcanist? This is an Arcanist again? Alright, so we played the blue-red Arcanist matchup twice now. Man, this is such a more potent threat against us than Storm Chaser or True Name or whatever. Alright, so I still don't want to draw this. I just want to draw Ritual. I'm gonna get an island here. I gotta start firing these off. At least they're not playing black. They're just the blue-red version. Sick. I'm gonna lead on the Duress here. This has to get Swamp, unfortunately. I could play the Bayou. I kind of want to just have stable mana, though. Like, getting Wastelanded here isn't about the losing the land. It's about losing the tempo from this point. Alright, so... that's kind of close. They have this True Name that doesn't really have text right now. So they're whacking us for 4. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I take because they get it back, but none of them are forced. This is kind of annoying that that happened. I'm going to take Preordain. It's just easier for them to resolve. Oh, I can't afford to keep that. We're in an interesting spot where we don't really have rituals. How much time do I have? 4. I might have 2 turns here. I'm gonna make that play. So this Preordain, most of all, is looking for a ritual. We're probably going to try and get Hellbent with this Dark Petition, grabbing an LED so we can get red to flash us back, and then go Ritual. On the flashback, we can use this once again as a +1 mana, or this is a +1. This also could give us like Surgical Insurance, which would be nice. See if they probably lead on the Preordain. And if I take the Brainstorm, they probably Preordain pre-combat so they can Brainstorm. If they find what they like, they might just play a True Name here, though, but I highly doubt it. This definitely has blue card for Force written on it. Or well, at least we figured out what it was. Like what our opponent is. This is their hand that we know of at the moment. Sorry, they chose Preordain, right? So they went bottom with Preordain, for reference. So they have Brainstorm, True Name, and then an unknown card, and they're going to sit on this Brainstorm. Or they're probably going to flip. I'm going to assume I have another turn here, because I can't go off in a different way. Since they have this Brainstorm, I want to save this Duress. The mana's going to be tight. I hope I got to do that too, Mike. I just hope I get a like Daze and Narset game 1 or some nonsense. Do I want to play around Pierce? I don't really want to play around Pierce here. I kind of do. It's close to free to do it. I'm going to do it. All I need here are rituals. Rituals. Is this a Pierce? This is a Brainstorm. Looking for most of all is Cabal Ritual. Does Cabal Ritual allow us to Duress? Cabal Ritual allow us to Duress, and then Cabal Ritual Dark Petition for Lionside Diamond, and then LED Tutor. Crack the LED for red, so we have Pass and Flames mana, and then this Tutor gets another Cabal Ritual. I definitely don't have life for that. I guess I'll top that. It's a... what I want to do here. That's a Dark Ritual. So then I go 4 lands, 5, 6, 5. Okay, so... at this spot, if I keep it, I'm going to draw the Dark Ritual this turn. We know they're not playing black, because they have triple basic island. So if I stack this, I'm going to go Preordain, Brainstorm, Dark Ritual. Now, if I keep this Dark Ritual, next turn I have 4 mana. So I go Duress down to 3, Dark Raid up to 5, Dark Petition. So I can beat 1 piece of interaction next turn. I can't beat multiple. I think I'm supposed to run that gambit, knowing one of the cards is a True Name and they're Brainstorm locked. They're going to get to reset though, but all their cards, Pierce, Daze, etc. are live. Or I can get 2 looks. So there are 44 cards in my deck. And cards that let me win are the 3 LEDs. Because we boarded 1 out. Cards that let us win are the 3 LEDs, 4 Cabal Ritual. Those are the profitable cards that probably let us win through a lot more than this hand does. I think I'm supposed to keep this though. I just have to hope. Alright, let's have faith. Another option is Duress this turn. So they Brainstormed already. Because they Brainstormed already, I feel if they have something... this is actually the line now. Because they Brainstormed, I'm going to Duress here. Because I can't beat Daze plus X, so if this gets Daze, that's fine. This gives us an extra mana next turn. Deal. Oh my god, deal. This is a good sign. It means they don't have any other permission. They could have a force, but like I said, that's not beatable here. If they do something like Preordain double top, we can reconsider. Let's see what this flips. Okay, a Brainstorm. So they have True Name, Brainstorm, Unknown. This True Name is probably on top of their deck, actually. It's probably a pretty safe conclusion, unless it's a blue card. Interesting. Why would you make that play? This is so good for us. Guys, you shouldn't cast this card willy-nilly. Like, it only does bad things if you cast it willy-nilly. I definitely had sequences, like, I had a time where if I had a Brainstorm, I would have cast it. They also didn't hit Duress, which is a good sign for us, because it means they probably aren't holding a force, or else they hit Duress. This shuffles our deck, so maybe I could have factored them just randomly surgicling us in. I don't know how the info would help because... Anyway, it doesn't matter. The play they made's the play they made. We're going to keep playing. I almost guarantee that I would not have made this play on their side. But they made the play they made, and we're going to play this game. Just a good rule. If you're playing against Storm, this card's in your hand, just really think about, because this card has so much potential in this matchup, and it almost always does not almost always, a non-0% of the time, a non-0% of players, this card does nothing against Storm, because they just kind of spew it like that. They could have targeted themselves for a shuffle, so they do get to, like, they get the Dread Horde synergy, which I guess if they were trying to peek, if they wanted to like snag something else. Then why would you hit Brainstorm first? Is that why you play Tormod's Crypt Mats? Because you don't really need to think about it. See, like now they're not going to flash this back. They definitely can't, unless their last card's a force. Preordain. That makes the most sense. No, Brainstorm makes... it doesn't matter. I'm not playing their deck. I'm playing my deck. They went top, bottom, so that's interesting. That's a Thinking Man card? Oh, excuse me, Mats. Right. Too much thinking. Our activation's easier than triggers. So they could have topped a Ponder. That would make sense. So they might have bottomed the True Name, topped the Ponder. I think they still have this Brainstorm. No, they've cast 2. They don't have this. We have no clue what's in their hand. We'll play around as much as we can afford to. Chose to not shuffle. It's a little annoying. That's not good. So the alternative option is to Infernal there. Both these lines lose to Spell Pierce, however. We don't lose to Daze. Lose to Pierce, Fluster, whatever nonsense. Yeah. Alright. We have a game 3. Sorry, a game 6 against Dread Horde Arcanist Delver. Yo, do you guys think I board this in on the play? Do you think I go for this plan against Delver? I would imagine I don't. Like, Arcanist is a permanent I care about, though. Hits Cage. You guys think I should just play this just because we want to... Nah, I'm not going to do it. Boarding 3 Tendrils, 2 Passive Flames is really, really good against blue-red. Man, we're having some rough hands today. Alright, alright, alright. No, I can't. We're going to secure our basic lands and cantrip. Hope for the best. This hand's not that bad. Get some lotion? You like Leyline. Oh my god, don't do it, opponent. Don't you dare surgical my ponders. So I think this is the most common play pattern of Storm people make, is they surgical ponder on the draw step of turn 2. And it annoys the crap out of me because I always want to resolve my ponder differently because it's so likely to happen. Maybe people have learned. Cool. I'm just... what's the card underneath it? It's something I didn't want. They changed positions. It's funny. Ooh, that could be good. What do you guys think of checking for Arcanist here? This is a very crutch hand. This is like OG crutches. So there's an argument for checking for Arcanist, but I haven't cast anything here. I could also check for Pyromancer because we have this hand. Could also save it because we want the Storm count. There's also a chance I put it on the stack. It probably doesn't resolve. I'm not going to name Young Pyromancer. That's a little loose. I'm going to untap, play a land, cast this, and aim for a turn 4 here. Mats, that does not work with this deck. I guess if you're Surfing Bird, maybe it works. Alright, well now we know it's a therapy. Okay, they did have Arcanist. Don't currently have spells. Doesn't mean they're not going to cast them next turn. I'm going to do this before casting anything else. It finds them more and more and more counter magic. In the Grixis build, it keeps casting surgicals and nonsense. Interesting. So do I read this Force Rate? Echoing Truth. What? What? This is a Delver deck, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, once I was in this spot back when we played Abrupt Therapy, and my opponent flipped EMA Delver or Force, and then they cast an OG Force. It was kind of funny. It's like, well, I still know what to name. I'm gonna resolve Brainstorm. If we don't hit any other action, I'm gonna keep this empty. If we do, I'm not. That probably classifies as action. Don't have a third basic. So this is gonna get hit no matter what. So I can put back empty. I guess Preordain's the next card we put back. I think it's time to get off the empty plan. We're gonna go up to 5. This is a serious clock though, is the issue. Yeah, let's do that. And then I suppose this gets Volcanic Island here. No, what if this Lion's Eye Diamond? This probably gets Underground Sea. We could have kept another cantrip over the LED. There's a good chance this happens right here. But they're clocking us fast enough that I can't really afford to play around that. My hand's a little poopy right now. And we're gonna go for a turn 5 Piff line most likely. We just don't have rituals. Sure. It's a Arcanistable spell. They went double bottom. which is better than any alternative. Let's see what check number 2 finds. This card's kind of like a better Dark Confidant against us. I would guess a much better one. They went double bottom again. So because they forced this therapy, like otherwise they just let us name forced, right? I'm going to name force here. If we see anything else, it'll be probably problematic. Alright, cool. They didn't waste us? What? They didn't play a land. Opponent's making some suspect plays. So we hit a force that didn't have a blue card. I'm gonna cast this now. Sick. Okay, in case they waste the Misty. So I could hold this land so they can't waste the Misty. They're not going to waste the Misty. In case they do, I guess that's how I want to resolve it. Their hand could drastically change, but they're out of Arcanist targets as of right now. So if they don't rip one, they need a pretty nice draw here. Oh, and I'm pretty certain that we're priced into going off this turn. I'm gonna read in that they don't have surgical because game 2 they surgical pre-Arcanist, so I think they would have made the same play there. This line is going to require us to cantrip into a Tendrils, but that's why we have 3 of them, or cantrip into mana. So we're gonna go up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down to 2. Dark Ritual flashback up to 4. This probably gets another Lion's Head. I mean, we probably ride the Find a Tendrils line. What is this? Maybe they had something and tried to get cheeky? I don't know. Are they gonna play another one? So I'm not gonna read into them not playing another one if they don't. Cool. So best case for us, they have nothing. They could have a Daze or a surgical here. Cast this first. What are we doing here, opponent? Are we dazing or not? This is a known card in their hand. They just snap, let Darkert resolve. Now they're thinking on LED. I'm not going to try and Therapy Daze because it's the same amount of mana. Alright, so we want to maximize our colors here, so here we need to think. I need a red floating, so I'm going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to keep red-black floating at the end of this. So I guess I'm going to do this right here, crack this for black. Put Passing Flames on the stack like this. We still have a land drop notably this turn because I played the land last turn. So we are relying on these cantrips. The question is, how do we sequence it? Because if I cantrip into mana, then this Infernal Tutor doesn't need to get mana. if I don't, then I won't be able to use this Infernal Tutor is a possibility. And I'm only going to get 1 blue before. I think, in general, I'm supposed to just rely on these cantrips to hit, though, because I'm going to have 4 blue mana, so I'm going to go Ponder, 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 Brainstorm, and that's plenty. If these were a different assortment of cantrips, I might change my mind. Alright, so Past in Flames. And if they have the Daze, then we only get 3, but it's still triple Ponder, or Ponder, Ponder, Brainstorm. They have the Surgical here? They do! Wow! Alright, well that was a nice draw step for them. They hit the Dark Ritual. Maybe this plane is supposed to have 4 LEDs because you're indeterministically going off like that. I'm a little uncertain. This is how we boarded here. So we cut those, we cut Ad Nauseam, we cut Chrome Mox, and we cut 3 Dazes. Oh, let's not do that. So now I need to cast this Infernal Tutor, hit Lion's Eye Diamond. Correct Lion's Eye Diamond for blue. I think they hit the wrong card in terms of, so they had perfect information there. That's interesting. So is this a free roll? No, because my ponders are better. I think I'm supposed to shuffle this. It's exactly what I want, but I can't accept all those cards like that. Ponder here. That one I gotta keep. So if I keep it, I go like that. I don't have Dark Rituals though, so I need to hit Lion's Eye Diamond, so I need to shuffle. There's only 1 in my deck? Man. I think it's better if I Brainstorm into stuff here now. Now I have this Petal. No, I still need a Brainstorm because this Duress is trash. That's unfortunate. Man, we were pretty close there. Okay, so if we play against that deck a 3rd time, if we play against Fair Blue a 3rd time, I'll try leaving in 4 LEDs and just cutting the 2 tutors. I guess it still makes sense from a ratio perspective to leave in the 4 LEDs. I felt like the game probably wouldn't give me enough points to utilize it always, but I don't know, maybe we're just not drawing very grinding station-esque hands also. I'm not certain. Anyways, thanks guys for being here. Why don't I pull open this monster of a list while we're in the queue. So this is a list with 3 main deck days. This is 74 of the 75 that Kai Sawatari just reached the finals of the Haruya event with. I changed out a... this Empty the Orange right here used to be a 2nd Dark Petition in the board, which maybe is better. I just felt that I definitely want access to 1 Empty the Orange, especially if I'm playing 2 therapies. We're boarding a Bayou and have 14 lands and a Chrome Mox main. This is because oftentimes, if we're just trying to goldfish, we'll throw a Daze under a Chrome Mox, which can be pretty beneficial, and the Bayou doesn't pick up today's. So I feel this split, this Chrome Mox main might actually be correct here. Board the Bayou, so we bring it in against any Wasteland deck, or anytime we're playing green, of course. Therapies against basically every blue deck, Flusterstorm against combo. And then we have this 5-card green package for Miracles, and I assume the game plan is we're just going to Daze any permanent that we care about against non-blue. This configuration is pretty damn bad post-board against Chalice on the draw. Those matchups are so bad. If they Chalice you on the draw and you don't have a Decay, it's whatever. Drewski 9-0. Here we go. This is a hand. Here we go. We're doing it! Do I? Yeah, I definitely have to. Alright, so I'm going to read this as Grixis control, so I'm going to get a Volcanic here. Because Inquisition, specifically, is kind of what you play as a control deck. And, like, the best thing about this is they're going to, like, play around Daze for the rest of this game. They're going to cantrip, see bolts and pushes, and, like, snap them off. Oh, this is great. There's no way this is combo. Game 1. I think it's always Volk here. Just because if I'm playing another... So if I rip a discard spell and I'm choosing to cast it... and just play my land first. If I rip a cantrip, I would rather Volcanic so that then I have black mana afterwards. Rather than cantrip, play a discard spell, and then need to play this next turn. I'm sorry, sorry, specifically Badlands Inquisition. I know lots of depth decks play this. But off of the Badlands, I was really hoping this would be reanimated. We could like Daze their Entomb or whatever. They chose to not shuffle. Alright, this is exactly why we lead this way. So I'm just looking for more cantrips. I think that's fine. No, it's probably not. I definitely am bottoming this Lionside Diamond. I think I'm supposed to bottom this. I'm just looking for discard at this point. That's not bad. Because this hand is powerful enough that I don't want to jam into Unknown Foul. Infernal Tutor is just a good card to have in my hand, though. But not only did I already have 2 actions, so finding a third, topping a third specifically, is a little rough. We drew a third anyways. The jig is up. Ad Nauseam LED, that's pretty good. I still think it's correct not to play at the LED. Depths players may consider splashing red for new Walker. What? Oh my god. That's disgusting. Negator 7/7. Sick. So we are off of Threshold. Option A, I can Infernal for another Cabal Ritual. That's pretty weak against Snap Discard. I guess if they're snapping discard, they're snapping him, but they might not have a 4th land. Then I don't care about Snap IOK. I feel I'm supposed to make that play because their discard in the bin is IOK. This line is a little bit worse against... This is a little bit worse against him if it snags my Dark Petition. That's a 50% if they snap him. I think I'm just going to sit on it. Brosfistingbros.org. Welcome. That's a pretty damn sick Walker. I saw a lot of people were talking about like a Rug Loam build. Get some loosey-goosey true name Stifle Loam Wasteland nonsense. What? That's not how you tap for that. They just gonna IOK me? That... What? That... How... Alright. Alright, what do we do, an opponent? We're clearly not snapping him, which is what our deck's meant to do against combo. Is this just throwing them off that much? Like... Alright. They chose to not shuffle. Now they have a Thoughtseize. Okay. So rewarded for the line we took here. If I get the ability to jam, I am going to here because it does not get better from this point. Most of the time in this matchup it does. I haven't found a Past in Flames though, which is the quintessential card game 1. We are only playing 1 in our main deck though. Or I feel much more comfortable playing 2. But post board, oh my god, do we have a package for them. So we board in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 cards. No, we probably only board 2 decays here. So we definitely need a check in our set. So Lion's Eye Diamond equals jam. Oh, we can't jam. 4, 5, 6. Because Ad Nauseam is in the graveyard. 4, 5, 6. Letting you kill Tomic with only 1 P. Oh, that's gross. I think I'm supposed to go Dark Ritual, Dark Petition. Because either this gets a Piff in my hand or it trades for their force. Because we can only store them for 12 damage here. The other option was to wait, but I really just want to get Past in Flames in my hand here, so I don't mind throwing away a Dark Ritual to do that. I could have gone Infernal Tutor, reveal Dark Rit, that, but that's a lot worse if they do have Force here, which they ended up not having. Alright, so any mana source, I'm just going to play it slow enough in a Infernal if we find a mana source. I might Infernal a Cantrip. No, probably not, because Cantrip finds this mana and I'd rather Infernal mana. Sure. Do I have lethal here? Cast Past in Flames, Chrome Mox, Imprint Infernal, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Dark Petition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still short a lot. Because this card is not good at adding storm count. Someone followed. Ellipra. What's that pronounced? Let me flip back here. I missed the follow. I'm just gonna play this land and pass. I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out who followed me. Bolt resolves. Are we snapping a bolt here? Bolt resolves. Attack first, sure. El Pariah, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hase. Good old JC boy. Brother of Beleren. Sculptor of Minds. Unbanned and Modern. Fate sealing us. Wonder if that means they found a force. They have to assume this is in my hand. They topped. I'm not gonna play the bluffing game. I'm just gonna shuffle. I wish this was paper so you can see the bluffing game. Yada yada, we know how that works online. You don't get to do that, it's unfortunate. Mana, 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 mana. You got mana. Mana, 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 mana. It doesn't make sense. They are forcing it. I was about to say it makes force pitch force. That resolves. it makes near zero sense to force that. Because if I had discard, like, I already have black right here, and I'm not going to be playing around soft permission. So it's a little suspect of a line on their part. Maybe I should have checked, but we got 2 forces down. We are at 6. I think what they should have done here is attacked with Snap, picked it up, and then hymned us. Well, once again, I'm not the opponent. That's definitely a line I would have made, almost regardless of what their last card is. Is K command main phase? Maybe it's a Gurmag. Main phase K command. Oh, thank God. Found a way to get this Chrome Mox out of our hand. I think this card had a little more ceiling than what they just did, but this is a card that can be really scary, and sometimes you can't play around it because of the instant speed discard aspect. It can be very strong to leverage that against Storm. Alright, well, I'm dead next turn. If they see the line... What are you doing? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to 1, 3. I guess I'm supposed to put Infernal on top in case stuff goes wrong. No. Put Brainstorm on top. Alright. Once again, we're going to be boarding out these dazes. It's the weirdest thing. Talk about how hostile the meta is, and then we just play 3 fair blue decks. Do I have a discard spell here? I don't. I never drew a discard spell this game. Deal. Alright, do I want this carpet of flowers is a good question. I don't feel they go ham enough on islands. Like, they'll probably just fetch double Badlands the second we play this. So I feel these 9 are good enough. Man, this package is so weird. It's not weird, it's just a lot. Alright, so cuts. 3 dazes. Stargazer numbers. Hello, thanks for coming by. So cuts here. We could consider actually trimming a land because we're against Grixis and just sticking at 14. I don't think I like that though. So we're gonna cut 2 Infernal Tutors here. Actually, so against the Delver deck, Stargazer numbers, thank you for the follow. I'm glad you're enjoying it, thanks. That's always nice to hear. So, Grixis Control has a really hard time beating this card. I'm wondering if I want, so against, maybe against Delver, I was supposed to leave in the LEDs and cut tutors, and then here, I do the split, because this was always my biggest question, was if I board out 2 tutors or 1 in an LED, because the more tutors you cut, the worse LED gets. I do like to keep in all my Preordains in this matchup, but when we have this many cards, just nothing else we can really cut. I go like that. What's the other tutor? What? There it is. This also just naturally hedges against Narset, even though that's what this is for. This could be boarding scared, but like it also just randomly hits like EE, like possible Lily of the Veil nonsense. Could snag a Grafdigger's Cage that people play for some reason. I think I'm going to go with this right here. I feel Carpet might be too much. Definitely don't want 3rd Decay. The definite cuts are the 3 dazes and the Chrome Mox. I feel I can go down to 2 LEDs because not only are they cake made X, I'm not going to be playing them out proactively, but I just want to play my lands, which is why I like this 15th land. I'm going to run this. Sweet. If anyone here happened to miss any part of the stream and they'd like to see more, I'm gonna definitely upload a VOD of this to YouTube tonight. So if you just search cl1ffy81 on YouTube, I'm pretty positive it will come up. Yeah, this hand's insane. They went to 6. Ooh. So in a game like this where I have Pass and Flames and I have the brute force power, I don't really care about making sure I can optimally snag something like snag their Force of Will on time and like chill on this so I have a higher chance of letting them cantrip. Just don't want to get him to play the cards that don't get us himmed. Speaking of him, oh, that's not a him. Interesting. It's just Narset here, like. If I take the surgical, so my assumption is I take the Narset here. I'm trying to think if I take the surgical, that's probably a way I lose this game. Just by taking surgical. There's a chance they fire this off randomly. It's obviously annoying because I have this in hand. I can find answers to it later. I can probably bait a surgical on tutor. That's another reason why we go down to 2 tutors, because they surgical them. So maybe I could have done that. But I kind of like just all the ways possible to find Pass and Flames. I'm going to take Narset. I could cast this Lotus Petal and try and proc them to surgical the Duress. But with the Tendrils in hand, I don't think I want to do that. That's not good. That means they found a thing. Oh, it's that thing. It's a cantrip thing, or it's a birdie thing. It's a birdie thing. Cool. That's not the scariest thing. So they crack Delta, they play it Underground Sea. Their hand is these 3 and an unknown. Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to lead on Lotus Petal Ponder. The reason being is I definitely want to ponder this turn. If possible, I'd like to proc a shuffle from them surgicaling us with this therapy. That's pretty good. Now I have to rethink. The best card in this pile is Lion's Eye Diamond, followed by Dark Ritual. So if I go Ad Nauseam, the Ad Nauseam is also good, but I have a lot of action here. So my game plan this game is going to be to shred their surgical, and then go off with this loop right here. I don't necessarily need... How close am I actually to going off this turn? So if I go Dark Ritual, Therapy on Surgical, then they surgical my Dark Ritual. I don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to go for it this turn. I am going to draw Dark Ritual this turn, though. Am I? Yeah, because if they surgical something on their turn or on my draw step. So I'm going to go Ad Nauseam. I'm also taking a while on this Ponder. No, I'm going to draw the Dark Ritual next turn, just keep the LED here. I don't actually need this Dark Ritual, so I guess I'm going to pop this right now. Just name Surgical if it resolves. If it doesn't, I think I name Snapcaster Mage. Because if they have a Force, they probably don't have a blue card. They play more Snaps than Flusters. Yeah, so this gets procced. I get the Shuffle here. Why would you hit Lotus Petal? Why? That's another card I could board out. I normally do that when I play 2 Tendrils, but when you go up to 3, I think Lotus Petal is worse than Lion's Eye Diamond, because you're just so deep in this plan that you want the free storms count. I think that's a suspect surgical on their end. I'm not going to name Marsh Casualties because it's Marsh Casualties. I'm going to name Snapcaster because that's how we get them. That's how they get us. Baleful Strix deal. Alright, so they get 2 draw steps, or they get 2 looks at stuff. I'm going to hold this for Kolaghan's Command, and we're very, very much in the market of jamming next turn. Ponder. Now we're going to reconsider if they keep the Ponder, say go, i.e. how, like, find force. It's gonna depend on what I draw. It's probably Jammerinos, Matt. They chose to not shuffle on Ponder. So let's see what they do here. If they play a bird, it's Jammerinos. Yeah, so here it's Jammerino. Oh no, they had a draw step too? So unless they found foul blue card. And then we have to ask ourselves, what's the worst case if they find foul blue card? Because they could have also just found Narset, or Jace, or Hymn to Torok, or Snapcaster Mage. Like, there are things other than foul blue card that they keep. So I think we're in the Jammerinos market here. We are in a pretty rough spot if they have it. So the question is, what does this hand beat by waiting? We probably aren't waiting. We're just casting Dark Ritual here. So if they found foul blue card exactly, then they have us. I kind of hate saying exactly because it implies that they got like really lucky. But like, you play cards to draw them. So this sacks for red. They also could find Surgical here. Alright, well, I'm pretty certain they have nothing now. I think we got him. We got him with the Jammerinos. Sick. Force here. He just gets a peek and see what they hit. Pyroblast land, cool. For 18. Alright, on the board. Man, can we just play against Death and Taxes? I want to daze some Thalias, dude. Let's go. Cool. The match. D&T, 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 D&T. Alright, gotta pop the list up. If Daze ends up literally never coming up, like we play against 5 fair blue decks, then I'll probably start another league. Maybe I won't because it's 10 o'clock. I'm on the West Coast, so it's 10 o'clock for us here. Sick. Ooh. They have the I think this is Word of Command, is that right? I don't have that one. So this probably implies not blue. But it could be like 4-color nonsense. Could be Shadow. That was a good draw, because it means it gets a cantrip on one here. Let's see if they fight over this with something. Sick. I'm actually going to bottom this Cabal Ritual because I really just want more lands. Because I'm going to resolve this Brainstorm looking for a fetch land, but I'm not going to bottom land 2 here. What is this? Is this like Nickfit? You think this is Nickfit, guys? It's definitely not a blue deck. Well, it could be like bug nonsense. Guess I should Thoughtseize first. F6, cool. Chat, do you see this? They're deeper than us, chat. Okay, what does this card get? I guess I don't care about Omniscience, right? I don't care. Like, this is just snap off the Arena Rector. Because they have Tower for Rector. Eureka puts Omniscience into play, but Arena Rector could get like Overwhelming Splendor or like Dovescape or some absolute nonsense that I don't really need to lose to. I think I'm gonna take Arena Rector. Oh man, I hope I get a Daze Eureka. That'll feel so good. Dude, I think we're gonna Daze an Arena Rector here. Or sorry, Daze Eureka. Oh, it gets Planeswalkers. Thank you, Mats. I gotta get my 4-mana white 1/2s in check. So they played the Forest. That was always the best draw in our deck. Never not draw Brainstorms. Sick! I'm gonna put back this Ad Nauseam, because it's the inconsistent engine in our deck. Get a Volcanic here, ponder again. Looking for discard, looking for... I guess at this point we're looking for mana. So they're non-blue, so we're just looking for... Probably Cabal Ritual is the best card we can find here. Those qualify. I'm not going to shuffle them, but that doesn't let us loop stuff next turn guaranteed. Because I'm going to have to pick up a land here. I think I'm going to pick up this island so I can shuffle it away in case they play a Veteran Explorer. I'm going to want to shuffle this island away so I can find it. Verdant, Catacombs. No, it's Phyrexian Tower is what they played this turn. Alright, here's the question. Do they play around Daze? Oh, I really should have checked on what people said about board. They're playing around Daze! They just don't want to cast Eureka. They just are afraid of the symmetry of it. Alright, so we're going to draw an LED here. We're going to lead on Brainstorm. Because now I want to put this Daze away. And this Infernal Tutor. I have the option to Ad Nauseam here. I'm going to ponder first, and if we miss, I'm going to cast Ad Nauseam. Because pondering for any ritual is lethal here. I currently don't have a Pass in Flames loop. We have 8 cards that find it. That qualifies as any. Either of those actually qualify as any. Because Tendrils saves 2 mana on the Piff loop. Watch him just like crop rotate me here or some nonsense. Cool. I'm gonna lead with this. So if they have a rotate, they fire it off. There's just not really a reason not to. You guys, is there anything that can punish me for going for Tutor Chain as opposed to Pass in Flames? I feel like I just go Tutor Tendrils here, right? Just for 22. Sack for red, sack for black. Do you guys think of anything that punishes me here? It's probably like 4 mana Karn is honestly the scariest walker they could grab. Like, I don't care about Ugin. I don't care about like 7 mana Karn. Pulse and Marasa. Thank you, Mats. They don't have Pulse. Okay, so if they had Pulse, they would have like messed me up right here. They had Pulse and Marasa. I should have not cracked the LEDs because they could have put this Misty in my hand. Thanks for pointing that out, Mats. I'll probably play around that game too if I can. Like, there's no way this is a crop rotation deck or any sort of... I'm going to get Pass in Flames in case they miss the Pulse interaction. Right, because this deck can't, like... What are they rotating for? Nothing. That's a good refresher, though. Thank you, Mats. I appreciate it. Alright. So... I don't have Bounce, which is really what I need in this matchup. I guess that's what Daze does. I'm not going to play Cabal Therapy because I don't know what the hell to name. This is a pretty close to Click Submit matchup. This might be a Click Submit matchup. Probably 4th Daze comes in. I want the Chrome Mox. I want all these lands. I'm going to board in Bayou over Trop because of Choke. What do you guys think of that? That feels fine. I just want another land I can have that interact with. They have Graveyard Hate. I don't want to board that in. If I had a second Dark Petition, I probably wouldn't because they're probably a Leyline deck. could be wrong, but this feels like this archetype plays Leyline. I don't want empty here. Maybe I want empty to hedge for name a card spell. No, I'm just gonna daze it. I'll cut a Preordain. Or do I cut a Duress? No, I'll cut a Preordain. This is pretty, Sneepers. They went to 6. I don't know what they're doing. I have to be pretty favored, though. I'm so disappointed they played around Daze. What did they think I was doing at that point? Alright, Preordain is the better one when you don't have good things. When you don't have a fetch is what I mean. I want to resolve it like that. That could be a little rough if they have an Explorer. But I'm not shuffling anyways because I have 2 lands. So speaking of Explorer, I'm going to be shuffling this away. Is this like a Scooz? A Green Sun for 1? Sylvan. I don't think I would daze that even if I had it, because I'm just trying to kill him on 3 here. What are they thinking about? You want to hit these? Go for it. Alright, so I'm probably putting both lands back here. And then this gets either Underground or Bayou. Since I have 2 cantrips, I'm going to get Underground. The argument to get Bayou is it's an unchokeable... Well, no, then I would just get... No, I'd get Bayou because it's an unchokeable, fetchable land. What? Living Wish. What does that get, guys? Gaddock Fairy Macabre. It's just Duress, right? Like, I'm just going to kill him next turn? Sorry, I'm going to make this bigger in case you're looking on mobile or just can't see all this. Or don't know what these legacy staples do. So we've got Dovescape that really, really hard to win through. 6 mana, though. It's really 4 because they have this Eureka, but I'm not taking Eureka. Because I have this second Duress. I think I take this Duress right here. They can't really Living Wish for things I care about and play them. Unless their library is like something absurd and they like find multiple cards that they need. Because them finding a black source is kind of realistic. Them finding like a soul land to go Living Wish for like a Mox. I don't know. I'm just going to take that. Pass the turn. Yeah, it gets wrecked. There's like Fairy Macabre, I guess. But then I just play around it because I know about it. They might go like to 12 here, and then we just don't need to Pass in Flames them. This is an interesting thing to attempt to do in Legacy, to say the least. I hope this doesn't disturb anyone that this is floating here. I would just imagine that this makes the most sense because neither of us have a board state. I'm just going to keep their hand here. When I play Paper Storm, generally game 1 I try to simulate looking like a Delver deck or a Grixis control deck or whatever with how they got Bog. Okay. They're 12, so like I said before, our graveyard doesn't really matter now because we're just going to be able to tutor chain them. So if we find a Lion's Eye Diamond, they lose here. I'm going to cast Ponder because it's the most looks at that, and then Ponder again. And if I Wisp, I guess I Duress this Eureka. Or I just Duress, I guess. I'm supposed to shuffle that. It's kind of close. I think I'm just looking for the many cards that kill them. That's a much better card. I guess Chrome Mox is better than Lotus Petal, but this lets me look one more time. This Lotus Petal right here lets me look again for LED. Speaking of LED. So now I'm just going to fetch Duress, and then we lock up lethal here. Because they're at 12, we lock up lethal. Would you like to snag my Ponder? I don't think you do. So we're going to sequence in this exact order right here. Although it won't matter because we'll know their hand. And there's nothing they can do because they're tapped out. I guess you sequence in this order to play around a force of green card in Modern. Alright, what are we doing, opponent? I would like to kill you. Do you have a response? I didn't think so. Guys, how do we beat a Fairy Macabre? He was... Okay, so they were thinking about snapping off Fairy there. I would like to just inform the public, if you're in this spot, there's no way you should consider trying to Fairy anything here. If I put a Dark Ritual on the stack, you could try and Fairy so that you cut me off of Threshold. But if I don't know about the Fairy, you should definitely just wait and try and snag something. It's going to be completely irrelevant. And this is something from in paper, I just get to plop my hand down. Unfortunately, we have to wait through this now. But we have the win. So we're going to go to 2 and 2. Opponent's like, okay, do I respond to this? Cool. Make black. I would like to choose this card. I'd like to put it on the stack, target you, and say trigger. Sick. Alright. Don't call it a comeback. Been dazing for years. Thanks, guys, for chilling. I'm so disappointed we didn't get to daze the Eureka. That would have been so fun. Why don't I check and see if people gave me advice on how to board against Miracles with this pile, in case we play it last round. I imagine we're just actually boarding all 12 cards in, though, that aren't Daze or Flusterstorm. Oh, Max, no one's responded to you yet. The reason that foil Niv Mizzet is $30, not only because it's played, but because it's a foil mythic in it's a foil mythic in a standard set that's redeemable, and there's a floor of value that can be like the total sum of foil mythics can't really be below value X, because then it's profitable to redeem them and then sell the set. So as a result, that just kind of checks itself out because that redemption thing is there, which is a good check for the market that a lot of people don't get. There we go. All right, one more. One more. Man, I hope we either get to daze some fools or we get to board in 12 cards. Sumime. Sounds like a Pokemon. Sure. We got these 3 cards, and then we have 4 other cards, so this is a keep. Oh, no. Oh, yes. I'm going to Petal Brainstorm. This is because they play Pyroblast. and we're not really worried on resource count right now. I think I want to fetch an island in case they moon us. God, this is a Karn deck now. That's pretty disgusting. No, they definitely did not remove redeeming. Well, I don't think so, because I'm pretty certain they don't. They didn't, because I tried to redeem. So something to note is that this card is symmetrical, so they can, if we sequence LEDs incorrectly, they can like weld it for our petals. This deck has been known to play Blood Moon, so I'm gonna get basic. Putting suckers in fear. That's not bad. That's pretty damn good. I think I'm gonna put one petal back. Keep one. Now that I have these petals, I'm just gonna get an underground here. Farilla. We draw Dark Petition, are they dead? No, we're short 1 mana. I could Brainstorm. Okay, so I lose to Painter Servant LED or like Ancient Tomb Spirit Guide. I lose to them getting 3 mana next turn and playing a Painter Servant. I don't think I'm supposed to Brainstorm though, because I'm pretty guaranteed next turn. Probably just gonna trade off a Blast here, yeah. Yeah, this deck plays no Hurkyl's Recall. Oh my god. I'm so afraid now. They're playing Eldrazi Stone, would be my guess. Or are they just playing like Punishing Fire, Recruiter, Stone Welder nonsense? Oh, there we are. Alright. Well, unless they've... No, we just gotta kill them. There's nothing they could have. They didn't hold up Welder to try and snag our petal, which is probably worth more than the 1 damage. Please. Thank you. We might not actually have it here. It's a little close. Alright, so this might be a Daze to get Daze out of our hand line. So, if I put back the cantrips... Are we a mana short? So let's say I put back the cantrips, I go Duress, Daze my Duress, replay the land, 3, 6, 7, we got it. Alright. I'm going to say that one more time. Why don't I think you guys can see my whole hand here. There we go. So that's probably a good spot for it. I always forget when I brainstorm above like 8 or 9 cards, it messes with this whole interface area. So the line that I'm going to go for, which is something really cool you can do with Daze, is put back these cantrips, cast Duress, whole priority, Daze my Duress, replay this, Dark Rit, Cabal Rit, Lotus Petal, Infernal Tutor, pass and Flame Sloop them. So I'm going to do that. And this is just the factual deterministic line, so it makes the most sense to do this. Make sure to slam your finger on that hold control. No, I picked up the wrong land. Oh my god. I picked up the wrong land. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm short. Ah. I had a pass and Flame Sloop. Is something up with the stream mats? I had a pass and Flame Sloop. Now I have cast Ad Nauseam with no land drop, 2 petals, and a Chrome Mox in my deck. And dead on board. Well, I'm not actually dead on board. Oh my god. Man, Daze did a really cool thing and then I messed it up. Man. Alright, so we had a deterministic kill that game and then I misclicked. That's really annoying. Stream is a slideshow? Are you talking about the moto animations? Because I disabled the moto animations so they don't like snap. Are you getting like 3 or 5 frames a second or something crazy low? Oh, hello. Yeah, we're dropping frames. Thank you. Why don't I close out everything else? Lower my encoder settings. Thank you, Mats, for pointing that out. Let's see, advanced. Output. Alright, is it better now? Oh, I guess I can't change it while I'm streaming. It looks like the drop frames have gone away. Cool. Mass, is this better now? I'm gonna hope this is better. So Abrupt Decay. The issue with Daze is like a soul lane, crazy nonsense deck. Don't think I want Therapy. I don't think I want any of this except for this land also in the 4th Daze. I'll reconsider on the draw. I need all this discard to save all the blasts. Speaking of all the blasts, I think I'm going to cut these Preordains right here. And a Dark Petition. Is it also like this Tormod's Crypt Relic nonsense deck? Let's just run that right there. It's going to be a little overreactive, but I'm just going to hope I have my things when I have them. If they weren't a Pyroblast deck, I think I would keep this. No, I wouldn't keep it anyways. Alright, this is a really good 6. Unfortunately, it has this card that's in our deck. Man, we could have been up a game here. Do I need to top that because it's action-packed? I don't think so. I boarded out 4 Preordains. I can't really afford to. Alright, well, thank you for telling me. Oh, man, it's dropping frames again. I'm gonna cut this music. Hope this helps. So as of right now, it looks like we're back. It's running pretty well now. I hope that's the same for you. Man, I need to just start running music from my computer. I'm just worried about copyright info. Oh. Yeah. Alright, so their hand sucks. They scried top, though. I feel like I'm supposed to take Revoker because it's probably going to be the most annoying card overall. I'll take Revoker. It's a little close. This does mean that I'm going to be more necessarily based around Ad Nauseam if I do that. And I'm going to be at 18. But maybe I can Tutor Chain because they have an Ancient Tomb in hand. I don't know. This game is... We're really far from doing anything, obviously. Speak of the Ancient. They draw a Chalice or something? Spirit Guide. Man, I have the one Bayou. Maybe I was supposed to not play Bayou. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god. We had a chance this game. Okay, so that was definitely a mistake I made right there. I definitely should have fetched Underground so I could Daze. They had a Spirit Guide and an Ancient Tomb. I didn't think that that would come up, and I wanted to save my fetch. Speaking of, I mentioned this card though. And like a lot of their cards are 2-drops that I care about. I could have Dazed a Recruiter on one, I guess. I don't know. Man, I definitely need to give this another try. I've been learning a few things, misplaying along the way. They currently don't have anything though, so if we can trade back and forth. Okay, if we can trade back and forth. This Chrome Mox is very good against Blood Moon. Yep. Alright. I wonder what the surgical in hand if they're supposed to target us or them. There's not really a reason not to play these out. Oh, thanks, Mats. I appreciate it. 2 minutes ago, it dropped a frame. I'll go ahead and lower my CPU settings after this stream. I can't change it right now because I'm in stream. And we're in our last match of the day. So, I'll chill on it now. Yup. Think I'm on a no outer. Well, I'm on a rip Brainstorm and print Chrome Mox. Do nonsensical things. So Chrome Mox, imprint, Daze. Chrome Mox, imprint, Dark Ritual. No, Chrome Mox, imprint, Infernal Tutor. Then I can't cast Daze. Yeah, they got it. Well, we misplayed a couple times. We ended up 2-3. I think we could have done better here. Thanks, Mats. Definitely could have done better. I think I'm glad we ran an empty even though we never cast it. I think an empty is pretty necessary. Maybe there's something about 2 Dark Petition and the play patterns with this grinding station thing I don't understand. Or do you just board it in as... there's no way that you cut Spasm and Flames ever. Maybe you just board it in when you need to jam and rely on Ad Nauseam because it's pretty good with Ad Nauseam. Yeah, I think that's it. This match, this just feels like there's so many eggs in the Miracles basket and not enough eggs elsewhere, but I haven't gotten to Daze anything, and the one chance we got, I played the one non-blue land that we could possibly play. So if I Daze that Blood Moon, that's obviously a very, very different game. And maybe we win that game. I don't know. If you decide to play multiple Tendrils main or multiple Chrome Mox in main, I would recommend adding a second Tendrils because Chrome Mox to imprint your Tendrils is a pretty necessary play you make, which you can only make with 2 Tendrils in the deck. I don't think I'm supposed to board up Tendrils to do that because it's only 1 Chrome Mox and we still have Dazes. Anyways, thanks for coming, guys. I'm going to upload a VOD of this to YouTube. I appreciate all of you staying. Thanks for all of you that have followed. I'm going to run another stream next week. Yeah, today's Saturday, so next week I'll run another stream. I'm not sure when yet. I'll make sure to post on all the media sites. And this was fun. I definitely could have... This definitely has potential. I just need to play it more. Maybe Kai writes something about it on the Ant page, which would be very nice. I'd love to read that. Yeah, thanks for watching.